What is up, guys? Chris Grant here, and today we're going to be talking about how to figure out which variation of a shoe, a piece of clothing, or any other listing on Amazon actually sells through. So you know which one to sell, which one's going to make you a profit, and which inventory you don't want to buy so that it's just collecting dust and long-term storage fees over time. And we're going to do it using only Keepa. No other tools are going to be necessary other than the king of all Amazon tools, which is Keepa. So let's dive in, and we're going to be using one of my favorite examples today, which is the typical dad shoe, the Nike Air Monarch 4 cross trainer, which comes in a bevy of colors. This one, of course, being one of the more popular ones. And here's all you have to do. You want to make sure to buy the right size, the right color, because if you buy one that is just going to sit, well, of course, it ties up capital, eats into your profits because of monthly storage fees and possibly long-term storage fees, and just takes up the amount of space you have at the Amazon warehouse. So what you want to do when you're looking at shoes or clothing or any other item on Amazon that has a variation, you want to go a little bit deeper than just the Keepa graph. The graph is great. It shows you sales rank history. It shows you pricing history. It'll show you the number of reviews on the entire listing. But what we want to do is we want to go to this variations tab. And in the variations tab, you're going to get a lot of data. You'll see 164 rows worth of data, and we're going to show this graph in the 90-day range, and I'll show you why that's important here in a moment. But what we get to see here is we get to see each shoe in picture. We get to see the title. We get to see the Amazon price, the new price, the color and the size, and then the colorway here, the white and black, and then the size again in a separate column. Then we get to see the number of ratings, and we also get to see a nice, cool little ratings history graph. Then we can come over and we can see the number of reviews, and then you've got a nice little review history graph as well. Now, what are reviews? What are ratings? Well, reviews are going to be when somebody actually types out a review of the product, and you'll see it in the actual reviews of the product. You can scroll through and you'll see where people type something about it. Those are counted as reviews. Ratings are when someone just leaves a star. Maybe they leave a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, but you no longer have to type out a review to be able to leave a star rating. So you'll see those a little bit more frequently. And both of these things allow us to choose what variation is actually going to sell the best. You're going to want to, of course, look for items that have the most reviews and the most ratings so that you know that that item is popular. However, we also want to look at the recency of reviews. Maybe the most popular item actually doesn't sell anymore, but historically has done well, and you'll see that the number of reviews and the number of ratings might be flat for the past 90 days. But maybe another product like this one here, the black on black in size 10, well, you can see that the number of ratings has gone up tremendously over the past 90 days compared to this one, which has just grown by a few over the past 90 days. All right. So what I always like to do is in this variations tab inside of the Keepa graph, I like to sort by the number of ratings, and I'll have the most popular at the top. And we can see here that this one has 954 ratings. Typically, you will see that the number of reviews also matches the number of ratings, or it kind of goes in parallel with the number of ratings. But you kind of need to take these both together. So we can see that this one is kind of flatlined in the number of ratings, but this number of reviews continues to go up. And historically, this one sells about 4% of the time. It is size 11 in the white metallic silver, or the very classic dad shoe. And then we'll see over here that the size 10 in the same colorway also has a really good number of ratings over the past 90 days. and you'll see that the number of reviews has gone up as well. It has not flatlined like this one has since the beginning of April, and it has continued to go up. And then, of course, we'll see this one here in 9.5. It has gone up as well, although the reviews have really flatlined. Looks like they might have kicked a review off here or there, but they popped back on. So what we can take away from this very, very quickly is that size 11, 10, and 9.5 in white metallic silver, and then even 10.5, these ones all sell really, really well. And as long as we can make a profit at the price that is on these listings, so right around the $73 to $79 range, depending on the size, you should be able to sell through these pretty quickly. We can also see at a glance that Amazon's not on this particular variation, whereas they are on the black on black in size 10, which is the 5th most popular variation historically. It's incredibly important if you plan on flipping shoes, clothing, or you plan on flipping things like anything that has a variation. You'll see them in grocery, you'll see them in beauty, you'll see them in home and kitchen and all the other categories. If there's a variation, it's important that you take the time to look through this data. And then one other data point that I really like to look for is I like to look at the prices. You'll notice here that this one is $219 in size 15, and it looks like it does have a review. Now, this one may sell on occasion, but it's definitely not selling at the clip that the other items are selling for. And so if you find what I like to call a flyer price like this, it's something that you're going to want to really dig into and decide whether it's going to be worth it to sell this particular product. Is it going to sit for 3 months, 6 months, 9 months before it actually sells, just due to how slowly it sells and how much it's priced so much higher than all of the other products that are on this particular listing, all the other variations. Those are some things to take away when you're selling products that have variations. Make sure to take some time, learn about this, make sure to set up your columns the way that you want them to be, and make sure that you are buying the right products, because there's nothing worse than buying products and having them sit much, much longer than you want them to. So if you have any other questions or anything, please let me know. Drop a comment, shoot me a message. I'd be happy to start making some of these shorter videos for you guys to be able to help you out on your Amazon journey. All right, guys, I'm Chris Grant of Clear the Shelf, and I'm out. Have a great day, everybody.